My name is Dominic.
Hello, my name is Jamal.
Hi guys, it's me, Josh. This is my significantly better half.
Hi, I'm Abby.
She finally joined us.
Hooray, she's
Yay.
here.
Oh,
you pressed the right button.
wow! What? Just to give you hit the blue one by accident.
Okay.
That
It's
been...
okay. I'm used to that too.
Should we tell them our secret shame? That this is our. Should we tell them our shame, Dom?
She's pregnant.
That's what I thought.
That's our shame.
Guys.
I'm actually pretty excited.
Guys. Yeah,
Teenage
it happens.
Oh wow!
Parents. Oh,
Yeah.
What a bummer.
I wish we were teenage parents.
Sometimes
I don't
it feels
think you
like
do,
it
but-
just because I'm just like,
The
hey, I
energy.
can't be pregnant. I'm
The
too
energy
young.
I would have. I had so much more energy. Now I'm like, I'm just an old man.
In a little rocking chair.
Yeah, my chair has been stolen. Everyone
dibs.
comment if you hate the injustice of this situation. This is our second attempt, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, this is.
Yeah.
Our second attempt.
All we can come up with is that our recording equipment is sexist.
You
The
make valid
moment we had a
points,
woman
you
in
know,
here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Soul Oasis. We are glad that you're here with us on this lovely, lovely afternoon. And let's get started with some check-ins. Let's just get right into it.
Sure.
Cool. I'm going to start off. My week has been nice. You know, I've had a nice, enjoyable week of hard work and dedication. And I feel like I saved some lives. So,
Okay.
yeah, you know, some might call me a doctor. I don't know. I'm just saying what they call me in the streets. So I think I'm just happy to be here with all of you all. And I don't have too much to talk about, but yeah, I enjoyed every second of it. Oh, I painted some pictures. I'm going to have to show y'all later one of these days. But I'm an artist too. Doctor, artist, actor.
Renaissance man.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I just don't know what more can I say. Yeah.
Well done.
Dom?
Josh? Oh, me. Okay. I had a good week. My morning client is now on summer vacation, so no normal morning client. So less hours. But other than that, I went to work. Did take my medicine.
Good.
Oh no.
And then, other than that, oh yeah, he and I went to go to a tea house or go get some tea.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what it actually was, and by actually I mean actually.
Was
Actually,
it so it wasn't one of those like high tea places? It was just like you went and enjoyed tea?
Yes,
Nice.
Oh,
That's
you said
exactly right.
actually. I thought you meant waxually.
exactly.
Exactly.
Oh.
SpongeBob
Yeah,
reference.
it was
or-
good. Then Jamal ordered a chai tea, and we had to go.
Yeah, that was terrible. For you
Oh.
people that love chai tea,
You
I
people.
am disgusted with you all.
Isn't
Not
chai
to
tea
say-
just TT? I'm pretty sure I learned that from Spider-Man.
Isn't that
Right,
like asking
but-
for a coffee with room for cream?
Yes, but it's just
Just-
it's tea, but
sugar and spice and
and
nothing,
nothing nice. Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Powerpuff
That's how you
Girls.
don't create the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's how you make the
Mojo
Rowdy
Jojo did
Rough
not get
Boys.
involved.
no.
Do you guys remember the
Painful.
Rowdy Rough Boys? They were
Yeah.
they were
You
made
can see
with
their
like
face.
they were made with like all this boy stuff
Mhm.
and like
Oh yeah.
they were just like, we're gonna like,
Something in snails and puppy dog tails.
yeah, something. It was funny.
Something. Yeah, but
I can't remember the first thing.
Listen, Powerpuff
Yeah.
Girls slaps. It's so good.
you're right.
Snakes
about
and
that.
snails and puppy dog tails.
And your memory is fantastic.
If
Yeah,
we
'cause I
end
didn't
up
even know
having,
they had it for me. I thought they just showed up.
you thought they just had superpowers? Like they just were like these.
No, that's
I mean, the
also
first time the Powerpuff Girls were created because Mojo Jojo knocked into the professor, and then
Yeah, he hit
Put
Chemical
Element
X. Wait, or was it him that created the Rowdy Rough Boys?
I think
Like they
he
made a
cre-
deal with the devil.
I think he created
A
the
deal
Rowdy
with
Rough
it.
Boys.
Wait,
That's what him is. Him is the devil.
Yeah, he's
him,
literally
I
the
forgot.
devil.
Yeah, he
Now,
comes
you're not
from
allowed to say it these
Yeah.
days because there was supposed to be like a perverse version
Yeah.
of like humanity, but it was just
You know, the
Anyway,
Powerpuff Girls
he's
have an
red.
older sister.
Yes, they did. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
she was like the perfect one.
Yeah.
But like,
They
listen,
did?
if
You
we
abandoned the
if
family.
we yeah if we end up having
Facts.
like 3 daughters, they will be
You're screwed.
the power. Well, I'm already in trouble.
Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup.
Yep.
Mm. Okay.
You have to change that name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make
Start
that
it off.
change.
No.
Joshua, Abigail, check in for us, please.
Ladies first.
Today was my first day of maternity leave.
Hey.
So I am
Excellent.
which I don't start getting paid for until baby gets here, but it's really nice to know that like
Is that how that works? Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
well, okay, so my
No.
company is really small.
Uh-huh.
So we don't have a maternity leave because I'm the first person who got pregnant and decided to stay. The last person was already planning on moving. So it was I was the guinea pig for a lot of stuff for them. But they don't have an official maternity leave, but the state of Colorado does.
Okay.
So for that to start working, it starts the day baby gets here.
Mm.
I should not have the rocking chair.
And it's 12 weeks paid at like 60% salary or something like that, but
Okay,
it doesn't start till baby gets here. So technically for this week and next week I'm not getting paid, but I also am very grateful that I'm not going to work because waking up this morning my body was just like, no, you're screwed now. I was about to curse, but I probably shouldn't.
What the heck?
We'll edit it out later.
Yeah,
No, I won't.
Dom is just gonna make it look like I curse even more.
Jump
But
cut
yeah,
to it.
so I'm very happy that I don't have to go into work this week. I am really proud that I made it to 38 weeks still working.
That's
But-
cool.
Yeah, I feel sorry for, like, my sympathy goes out to anyone who has to work to due date because that I could not do that.
Yeah, I have a coworker who's about 25, 27 weeks, and she's already about to be like, I'm done.
Yep.
Like, she said she had put her 2 weeks in. I was like, all right, good for you.
Yep.
Good for
Granted,
you.
with our line of work,
It's
I,
probably better.
I'm terrified anytime I work with a pregnant woman in our line of work because I'm like, I don't know what.
Today could be the day that kid finally throws a table at your stomach.
Yeah, or like, I don't know. Women always go like, oh no, I can do that. And I'm like, I guess, like, pregnant women. I don't mean women in general. Sorry, I should probably make that
No,
Can
that
you?
can't.
It turns out it wasn't our software that was sexist. It was me.
It
all
was
along.
us.
Abby got on the podcast and I was like, she's starting to think and have ideas. And I deleted all of it. Dom's like, where'd it go? And I was like, I guess we'll just have to redo it while Abby's at work.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then she was like, it's my maternity leave. And I was like,
We're screwed.
done. No, what I mean is that, like, what I have learned is that I know nothing about pregnant women. Because, like, Abby will start to pick up anything, and I'm like, whoa!
Well, I'll make a noise
What are you doing?
because I have to bend over to pull the laundry out of the dryer. And it's just like old man noise when getting up from the couch, right? But then Josh will holler. He's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm doing laundry." He's like, "But are you okay?" And I'm like,
I don't know. Any noise could be the start, you know? I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Oh God, it's time.
Yeah, especially now, huh?
I was putting away the dishes. No, it's ready. We gotta go.
Get in the car, get in the car.
yeah. The thing that I've had to explain several times is that from my research and study and like talking to people is that labor and delivery is not what you see in movies and TV. Hollywood lies to you. I'm sorry, guys.
What?
Yeah, it does. None of it's true.
It is very possible for a person to be in labor for 12 hours before it gets to the point
Did you hear
of
that?
like what you see on TV. Of,
12
like-
hours.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's called early labor. So like it's very common, especially for like first kids, for early labor to start. And like, I mean, it could last for 4 hours. It could last for 6. And this is like the amount of time before like what the hospital tells you, when the hospital tells you to go to the hospital.
And they don't even wait for a decent time of day. Apparently, babies don't check that, and they can like it
don't.
could be like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
No one told me.
So what you're saying is unlike Hollywood, you don't have to worry about some nurse switching up your baby with another one for a joke.
So that is something that is serious, and it can happen.
Hollywood got one of them.
Now,
Only the bad ones.
I will
Yeah.
say, it depends on which
Was our
hospital.
baby Asian?
It depends on which hospital you're at and like how big they are. The hospital that we're going to is still relatively small for its maternity ward, but there are hospitals that the moment baby is out and like they take baby away from mom after they've had some time to do like measurements, all that stuff, they will put an ankle monitor on the baby, and if the baby leaves the ward, the hospital, the entire hospital gets shut down. Like all like fire doors close, everything locks. Like there is no way to walk out with a baby that's not being discharged.
As far as you know.
Right.
I mean, as far as I know, I haven't tried it.
No, Timmy, you don't understand. You came out of the womb without a leg.
I was thinking the same thing. And it's okay. God made you this way.
It's all right. That
but
looks
it's-
like me on that wanted poster. Don't you ever say something like that again.
No, he has a leg and you don't.
But it's one of those things where like we're also in a time and a place where everything can absolutely be done in the same room as mom.
Yeah.
And if there is something where like they have to take the baby away, like circumcisions for baby boys, if mom can't get up and like go with baby, that's dad's job. It's dad's job to like keep his hand on the cart and keep his eyes on that baby.
On the circumcision.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna keep my eye on the circumcision because it's not gonna
I
happen.
know.
Well, not this
Yeah.
time, but when, like,
It's not going to
Look.
No,
happen.
that was a conversation we had of like
Let
if she
me-
was a boy.
Let
Oh, wait,
me
why are we
share-
talking about this? Who cares?
Let me share my nihilistic take, okay, for my check-in.
Oh, that they're going to use it for some sort of research?
No,
They already
Oh,
did that
okay.
for the placenta.
you know, you can eat the placenta.
Why are
she
you
told
doing
me
this?
I don't want. We're not talking about this anymore. She told me. She
This
told
is
me that
not the
people
way the
do
last
this.
podcast went.
Listen, okay. Side note: nihilism, then checking. Okay. Side note: did you know when you marry a woman that they lose all filters?
What do you mean by that?
The horrendous stuff your wife will tell you one day, and you'll be sitting there going like, this is like gaining the knowledge of the warp from Warhammer. Like, I feel my sanity fraying. I'll just be sitting there and Abby will turn to me and is like, do you know some people eat placentas? And I just turn to her and go like,
Yeah.
I could live my
by the
entire life.
Past the green beans.
by the no filter, Josh means that he now has to like be fully aware and understanding of how everything works and not just the bare necessities to help.
I don't want to know how things work. I was happy not knowing.
Sorry.
I was happy in my ignorance.
Sorry. You're the one who knocked me up.
I feel the warp overtaking me. It is not a good pain.
Whatever.
Anyway, nihilism. I have come to the conclusion that God is going to give me all girls to
I
punish
think it
me.
was wrong.
Yeah, I must say, hold on.
This is the one thing you got wrong.
Like, I think that he's like, you know what Josh would really enjoy? Wrestling with a whole bunch of his sons. So I'm going to give him all daughters that will put flowers in his hair and in his beard and try to like,
So stupid.
and then everyone's going to be talking. Everyone's going to be talking about their feelings. And I'm going to be like, I don't understand. Help me. Help me.
I'm so dumb. I thought, okay, here, let me just say this because I'm not paying attention to anything. This whole thing, like I was thinking, like, you're making the joke about Powerpuff Girls, Blossom, like, but the kid's name is this. It's not going to be Blossom or Buttercup. In my mind, you like, when you said no, sir, it's not going to happen. I'm like, why is it not going to happen? Isn't he Catholic? And now I'm like, wait a minute, it's a girl. What? That's why it's not going to happen.
Anyway,
I just thought you decided God can sit this one out. I'm like,
No,
wait a minute.
no.
Girl.
We are not a part of that camp.
We're 2026. If you want to try to circumcise your child, don't let us.
Well, it's not part of.
Yeah, don't let us.
Unfortunately, female circumcisions do happen, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah, that stuff is horrific. Anywho,
just pretend.
Actually, circumcision is not needed for any Christian denomination. I don't think they.
No, it's just fashionable.
Yeah, it's fashionable. Anyway, let's stop talking about circumcision.
If you insist.
First of all, show of hands. Who is? No, I'm kidding. All right, let's move on.
I can't tell. Can someone tell?
All right, Jamal, look and then tell us if he is.
Well, okay, you joke, but there was
the Patrick Stewart.
There was that one interview with Patrick
It's
Stewart where
2026.
he went his entire life thinking he was circumcised until he just like casually brought it up to his wife.
Oh yeah, Sir
She was
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, and she was just like, "You're not circumcised," but he went his entire life thinking he was.
And then a Jew told him otherwise.
His gynecologist.
Oh, wow.
Or not whatever y'all see instead of a gynecologist.
No, that's quite literally what happened. He said, like, I'm Jewish. I know the difference.
Oh, I thought
yeah,
he saw his doctor.
but he went to the doctor the next day.
Yeah, but his doctor's Jewish.
Oh, was his doctor Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think we missed the punchline of that one.
I think we were too busy laughing.
Anywho,
Your check-in.
my check-in.
Was it your check-in?
No, that was I said I was going to do
Side note.
a side note, and then I said I was going to do nihilism, and now I'm doing my check-in.
Then he's gonna die.
All right.
Yep, struggling here. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll just
It all
bleep
out.
all those out so it just looks like I'm swearing.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Never mind.
It's been so long since we last talked. So much has happened.
Yeah.
I've taken a couple naps.
Mm.
I've had good food.
Me too.
I went to the doctor. I should live.
You should.
One of the questions they asked me, did any of the kids you were working with have tuberculosis? I don't think so.
I'm
They
like,
all seemed
We're like,
they all
catch
seemed really
TV.
healthy to me. In fact, I was kind of hoping
You can
that some of them
catch
would run a little
TV.
slower.
Yeah. Just let these tuberculosis kids wander.
I know.
But they had to take like 5 vials of blood from me, which was terrible. I hate needles.
They got it.
I don't know why
all
I'm
out of one
showing
arm.
all out of one arm. Granted, I only gave them one. I don't know, maybe like
This one has limits, pal. You better figure something out.
Well, some people have an arm that's better than the other.
It took enough tries, it felt like to me, that I just started encouraging her because I wanted it to end faster, because I could tell that she was getting kind of rattled. Because who wouldn't be rattled? I would be freaking out if I missed the second time. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I'm poking this person with a sharp needle. And you know what I mean? It's kind of being put on the spot there. So I wanted
You
it to
whisper
end
to
too.
her,
So I was just going
You
oh
have
man,
one
you're
more
doing
chance.
3 strikes, you're out.
my turn.
You and I both know what happens next.
My turn.
And Abby didn't go back with me.
That's a crazy thing to say after she's poking me.
You needed me.
My-
I wanted your moral support.
I thought you were fine. I
Now listen here.
apologize.
She didn't go in with you, so you don't go in with her. It's only fair.
So fair is fair.
You get to stay home the day later.
I'll be out there playing the Switch.
That is worse than bringing a gaming system to play while I'm in labor.
That's what we're talking about.
But in the hospital room.
You
In
pick
the-
which one's worse, and we'll go with the worst one.
Yeah.
So
The first thing that baby's gonna have is a Switch in her hands.
No.
She can't hold it.
She drops it, and I'm like, no.
This.
Send her back. Send her back.
Push it back in.
Just tell me when we're going home. Forget it.
Well, I'm glad that we all got to check in, and I want to hear from you all. So please, please, please inform us on your check-in, your week. We want to know how you've been. Are you home, sick, or are you feeling well? Did you have a good week?
Did you do anything interesting?
Yeah.
Anything new? Did you challenge yourself, or did you keep it same business as usual?
Yeah. Did you drink your apple juice?
Did you drink your tea?
Do you want me to find her?
Because we drank our tea. We don't
drink
even
ours.
have apple juice.
No, but I'll definitely drink it at work. I keep a
lost her.
thing on me.
I thought you just stole
Nope,
their apple
found her.
juice.
I thought about it sometimes. Do you understand? Like today, one of the clients came in with a brand new thing, apple juice. I was like, I could really just get it right now. I could take it.
was
Who's gonna
a
stop
kick.
me? Everyone here loves me.
Yeah, that's gonna stop me. It's crazy.
What the? Fuck? Good.
This is normal. I swear. It becomes normal after a while.
No, we like to see where she is, because her butt is up right now, as it should be, and so we like to play the
Okay.
game Find the Tuchus.
Don't you say it, Dom. Don't you say it.
I was about to say she's ready for the doctor.
No.
Yeah.
Smack. Just to make sure they
Uh,
cry.
Yep.
That didn't happen
We
to
don't
you.
do that anymore.
Yeah,
It didn't happen to me. I was born 9 weeks or 6 weeks ago, so or 9 weeks ago.
still would have did it.
Just put a dent in me. I forgot. Well, I'm sure he'll get over it eventually.
He's not fully baked, so we kind of messed up the molding.
Just a little bit.
Now he's
Just a
shaped
little
like a D.
Well, today our special guest, Abigail, has a great topic for us, and we would love to hear about it.
Yes, please introduce it.
Yeah, so my topic for today is, have we as a society
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Sorry.
he's trying to fix the blinds after
He takes it off. What'd I say about that? You better do
he,
that.
he gave me special training just so that I wouldn't mess this up, and I'm messing it up, guys. I'm sorry.
Is this
Next
something
time
that makes it
you
go
as
up?
well.
I don't know, honey. You're in this office more than I am.
Now you just hit her
Pull
with
that
some
thing.
sunbeams.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop.
Introduce
this.
the topic.
I don't
All
think
right,
that has
well-
anything to do with the camera.
Well, no, I
he
hit the
just
camera
knocked
by
it over.
accident. While I was
you
trying to
like
grab
grabbed
it.
it. Just straight up. Please
No.
introduce the topic.
Ah!
Is that better?
I mean,
That's a
It is.
You
better.
insist.
Yeah, it is.
sorry for the solar flare, everyone.
That's okay.
All right.
We like to keep things fresh and new here on this
Oh,
podcast.
I was about to say, Tom, cut all this out.
No.
McDonald's.
Yes.
No,
Little
he's re-
Caesars.
He's reading
Oh.
the thing at the top.
What?
He's reading my notes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Have we as a society become too complacent?
Mm.
Now, do you mean America or the world?
Do you mean America or the world?
I can hear primarily America, but but definitely there are some like issues in the world that I think fall into this as well. Primarily is like how we as Americans see things happening and how we react to them. So yeah, what initial thoughts? What do y'all think? We as society become too complacent?
I can't speak for everyone, but
Please
I
do.
would guess yes.
I would definitely say the masses. I want to say yes. We are going to a place of no return, which is, I imagine it more like Wall-E. Like we're just about to just destroy ourselves. Okay,
You just went straight to, we're headed towards
the end of the
Armageddon.
world. I feel like eventually. I mean, not in our.
I feel like they weren't even complacent in the original Wall-E. They just became complacent on the ship.
You don't think so?
Apparently,
I mean, they were
all fit and like they built rocket ships out of like nothing immediately.
But I mean, you could argue that they were complacent in their waste disposal
Cleaning. Yeah,
and
but
environmental.
Yeah, and how they were treating.
you see who the president was? He's a comedy actor.
There you go.
But anyway, yeah.
Initial thought.
Okay.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think that I think it's more of a lack of direction and overstimulus, like
Hmm.
abundance of stimuli in a in our society than uh, actual like indifference. Like I think that it's a little bit more like it has like the symptom of indifference, but I think there's just so much to care about and so much to fight and so much to do that we become overwhelmed, and that's why you got to start small if you're gonna uh, try to change things. You got to start with your room, then yourself, then your family, your friends, and like your society. Like don't like be like I'm immediately gonna go and save the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, I think that that does lead to indifference because we get overwhelmed. There's just so much stuff. You turn on the news of any kind, and it's 18 massacres, 3 genocides, another assassination attempt. The world is burning. Your politicians hate you.
Mm-hmm.
There's like creepy cults going around. Like it's just you look at that, and what do? You there's so much stuff that you're just frozen in all of the stuff going on. Even if you were a superhero, I feel like you just pause and be like, well, where do I start?
Yeah.
It's like going into a messy room and you're like, I could start there, or I could start there, or I could start there. And like you just get too many choices and it overwhelms your mind. So I think it's easier just to turn off your brain and not care. That's not the right thing to do, but I can't blame a person for being uh, absolutely disillusioned with how things are going and how overwhelmed they are.
Yeah.
So to kind of help us talk about this, I thought of a few points. One of the ways that I think has led us to becoming too complacent is that we have, in this day and age, a falling level of social responsibility. So that's something that you can see in many different places. One of the things that we commonly talk about is how if you look at when our parents were kids, even when, like, depending on which generation you're in, like when you were kids, it was very much a community helping raise kids. It was say what you will right now about what the commentary about generations, but there was the general thought that if that it was everyone's job to at least help, right? If you saw a mother like trying to put her groceries in the car and she has like a crying toddler and then a baby, like you offer to help, like either hold the baby or put the groceries in the car for her. Or like the whole thing of helping parents, helping families when it comes to like being out, because it was everyone's job to help the family because that's what built the community. Meanwhile, if you look at society today, it's one of the things that we're seeing is a rise of judgment. People who see families with kids in restaurants, with kids who are loud, they're being kids, they're talking, maybe they don't like the food that they got, maybe their food is taking too long and they're getting really hungry, but they're insisting that kids act like adults and it's the whole thing of don't bring your kids out into public until they know how to behave in public instead of letting them learn.
Hmm.
And it's one of those things where it it is a part of the no child lifestyle where you have people who feel obligated being like, well, I choose a child free life, so I don't want to see any kids. It makes them think that they're obligated to a child free world.
I Oh, that was a lot. First off, good job.
I think she's a keeper, guys.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. I
I'm a
would
little
like to
fond of
say
her.
that you can notice it. For instance, you talked about McDonald's, which as a joke, yes, but as a kid, I remember going to McDonald's and seeing like the huge parks. I mean, not parks, but like the playground they have in there. It was low key like a miniature Chuck E. Cheese, and it was just so fun to like play around and everything. That now they're like made to look like a real. Some of them are. Most of them are made to look like professional style, like restaurant type thing. Which is like, dang, well, you took the fun out of it. Like, you don't even really see McDonald's talk about like Ronald McDonald anymore. And like, I mean, that could be more of like advertisement purposes. But I remember as a kid playing outside and rolling around on bikes and playing football and like having a neighborhood impactful youth. And it was so much fun. And I don't know if it's because I'm not a kid anymore or I'm just a busy adult that I don't notice the atmosphere of it. It's easy for me to be like, kids don't go outside anymore.
Yeah.
They're glued to their telephones and tablets and stuff. I mean, there are a lot of adults that are like that, right? So,
iPads.
yeah, iPad kids, right? And being even at my job, I noticed that some of these kids can't do anything without an iPad. So it's easy to be like, no, kids aren't kids anymore. They're on Roblox or whatever it is. In which, yes, you can judge them for being like, you're not active, you're not interacting with one another, but in a way they are. It's just different from when we were kids. So I think you have to keep that in mind. But I do miss the camaraderie that you get growing up, talking to people in real life, which is why I'm not a fan of like homeschool. But because I feel like you deserve to be in a community of your own peers, right?
You could do a
In
co-op.
person. You could, but I just feel like it's just so, I don't know, weird.
Well, we were homeschooled for a little bit of time.
You're talking to the wrong group.
And it had its perks and it definitely had its fallbacks. What I will say, like, one of the things that my parents made sure to do was to put us in groups where we would interact with different kids who were our age levels. So, like, while my parents could have very easily said, hey, for an hour every day, y'all are going outside, you're staying outside, jumping on the trampoline, whatever. Instead of that, we went to the YMCA 3 times a week. And they have homeschool programs. So it was kids who were our ages, because it was me and my 2 older siblings all homeschooled at the same time. And so we had a good variety of age groups, but we were all interacting. We were all playing the same sports. Like, I didn't have to run as many laps as my siblings because I was younger, but like, we all played dodgeball. We all played soccer. And it was one of those things where we were able to hang out with kids outside of that as well. There were 2 boys who modified Nerf guns. And so at least once a month, we'd all go to a park by their house. They'd bring out their tubs of Nerf guns and we'd absolutely demolish the park with these high-powered Nerf guns. But but then we would have another group that we would go to. And so it was one of those things where it's still up to the parents to socialize, but it is easier to kind of keep your kids more isolated, which is one of the arguments against homeschool.
I'm going to add to this in a very meaningful way by saying, what dost thou think, Dom?
Well, and going away from the childhood stuff. What the? Okay. Anyway, getting away from that, for society's complacency, I don't know for certain whether it's become more complacent or not, because over the years we've gained access to everyone's lives via social media that we didn't have before. So they might have been just as, if not more, complacent. We just didn't always know about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and technology can add, because even look at the United States of America, it's built upon, to a certain extent, what's the word I'm looking, I don't know why I just lost it. It's built upon the inability to wait, if you will. It's not having enough patience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it worked in our benefit. That's why we created the internet. You gain instant access to knowledge. You created assembly lines so that the process of creating goods and stuff becomes faster. Created airplanes, created this, that, and the other thing for convenience.
Mm-hmm.
And that convenience has, over time leads to not only people not wanting to do certain things a certain way. Is one of your headphones not connected? I can't tell. I just hear a big echo.
I don't know. No,
Testing, testing.
everything's pushed
Oh, well.
in.
We should be good.
All right.
This is the.
Sorry.
Oh. Well, whatever. Anyway, that it can lead to complacency with people not wanting to do certain things, but also is likely because there's no need to do these certain things. People can talk about all they want. Well, when I was a kid, I had to go out to the river and wash this, and I had to walk 3 miles back. Yeah, we could do that. Why would we? Why would the next generation? Now, you could argue you should still instill values of hard work, determination, go out and achieve things yourself. I don't think that's been completely lost. But looking at it through a lens of everybody's so lazy nowadays, what happened to the 60s? You know what happened in the 60s? Wars were rampant. You were drafted into, people were away from home for years on end.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom was born in the 60s. And she used to talk about like, yeah, every guy we used to know was shipped off to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all these people had these specific jobs because you had to fill certain quotas. So life has become largely better. So there is less of a reason for the day-to-day struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And that continues to be the case. Not only that, especially United States of America, people wanted to achieve great things, not only for like discoveries with the gold trail, and then there were people building these large companies like the Rockefeller. But now it can almost feel like we found all the world. We've achieved so many discoveries. A few corporations have become so successful and provided so many jobs. What else is there left to do?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that's a problem?
I mean, of course, I think it's a problem in the sense that there's always going to be something left to do.
Right.
Like we could have conquered the entire galaxy, but there's infinite more to conquer, right? Infinitely higher technology. You learn more things as you go.
I think a lot of the issue is a lot of the things that we're tackling today are so big conceptually. Like we're dealing with climate change and human dignity and space travel, and is it moral to fight when we've reached this level of advancement where, stuff back in the day was a little bit more clear cut. It was like, this man is bad. He's wanting to kill people. And it was more complex than that, for sure. But I think humans do best when we have a straightforward goal and a straightforward adversary. And that adversary doesn't always have to be a living thing. It could be moving from hunter-gatherers to farmers. You know what I mean? Like, humans need or are only as strong as the thing they come up against.
So
we do need challenges.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that you're thinking about those past indifferences because they were in the past? Because think about it now, right? Like, we're going through pride, people trying to get their, gender equality and everything, right? Back in the day, they had to go through racism. Back in the day, they had to go through women's suffrage. Back in the day, they had to go through a lot of this stuff, which seems like a lot of struggle back then. But isn't it the same right now, just in a different lens?
You can argue that. I would say no.
Why not?
Yeah,
Well, one, you could make some sort of equivalence because back then, like, oh, women's suffrage is nowadays, like, why wouldn't you let women vote? Back then, it was normal for certain people to make certain decisions. Everybody hated everybody from anywhere else. And nowadays, it seems utterly ridiculous.
I would.
But it
I would
seems way
say-
too surface value because they
And
were
I-
dealing with like basic, like, don't have your ass beat while you use the wrong water fountain versus I want to be called this or I want these specific privileges or that sort of thing.
But do you
In
think
comparison to
In answer to your question, Jamal, this is my
being
honest
murdered
belief on
because
it.
you're from a different land,
I mean, but people got murdered because they're gay too.
not in by the millions.
Well,
in like
for
a
one,
matter of months.
Well, it's different now though. Like, yeah, they were getting like killed physically, but now they could get killed cyberly, and this is the day and age of technology, right? So
Cyber.
it is
I'd
not-
much rather get killed cyberly than my entire bloodline
that
be
is
wiped out
true.
overnight.
Bro,
I'm gonna
not
add
saying
that.
it's the
I'm
same.
gonna add that to
saying
my
it's-
destroy
But
Dom
you're saying
plan.
that's through the lens of today. That's the
Yeah.
struggles we have to deal with.
Yeah.
But I'd argue just as much like that's a great thing. If this is the worst we got to deal with is somebody calling somebody the wrong pronoun or somebody getting cyberbullied,
I
not
am.
wanting to go to work or something like that versus
I have two
hey,
things.
dang, the river is going to overflow and this entire town is going to be washed away tomorrow.
I have two things, and this is probably going to upset everyone. First thing, I'm going to add cyberly killing Dom to my plan to kill Dom. There will be trapping at the bottom of the ocean, shooting him into space, or killing him cyberly.
There you go. There you go.
Since he said that's how he wants to go, that's he will never expect it.
So let me say
And-
just real quick, even though problems today seem trivial in comparison to like nearly civilizational ending problems of centuries and plus ago, doesn't mean they don't matter. It's all about how you perceive it in your own mind. Now, I think people may need to work on perceiving it a little less harshly in their own mind because it's not the end of the world if somebody doesn't like you or if this happens or this happens. But it still matters.
I'm gonna with my second thing. I'm gonna upset a lot of people too. I personally think that it is very unfair to compare trans rights to the civil rights movement, and this is why. One, I want to totally make it clear: all humans have dignity. Like in the Pope's encyclical he let out recently that I've been reading through. He talks about that regardless of if you like a person or agree with a person or how moral or immoral the person is, they're made in the image of God and they have dignity inherently. And no human can strip away that dignity.
True.
No matter how evil the person is or how messed up the person is or how much you disagree with them personally, you cannot strip away a person's dignity. So that is like at the top here. Like that's unchangeable. So everything I say afterwards cannot go against cannot go against that statement. So I'm making that statement first. You should not hate, you should not hurt other people. That being said, the difference between the trans right movement and the civil rights movement is civil rights, it was based on an unalienable truth that all humans have dignity and skin color shouldn't have a damn thing to do with it. So it was bringing reality into our world again, bringing truth into our world. That it doesn't matter if you're black, white, anything. You have human dignity. So the idea of saying someone is less than because of race, ethnicity, IQ, being neurotypical or neurodivergent is stupid. It's evil and it's wrong. And the civil rights movement fought against that. So it was fighting for the truth as it was, the truth that cannot be changed, the truth that is. My issue with the trans movement is that it's not just call me by what it is, it's saying this is the truth even though it's not. If you want to call yourself a girl, That's totally fine. I will even use your pronouns. I'm not looking to hurt people's feelings or be cruel. But we cannot change science. We cannot change the fact. Like when people find your bones, unless science goes crazy in the next 5 years, we are always going to be like, that's a woman, that's a man. By like the hip stuff and the jaws and stuff like that, or the jaw.
It's the
Mandible?
hips, the clavicle, the clavicle, the shoulder bone, the rib cage,
And the back of the head.
and the back of the head.
Yeah, something like that. Look it up. It's really interesting. But and I'm not saying that you like ignore the plight of people that are suffering. They should be treated with kindness and respect, and we should work with them and find ways to move forward and help them feel accepted and work with them, not just tell them, not just talk at them and be mean. We should work with them and treat them with dignity. However, comparing it to the civil rights movement is comparing a lie with the truth. Because I will never be a woman. And Abby will never be a man. It's just impossible. And I could dress like a woman and ask people to call me a woman, and yeah, okay. Fine. But it's not going to change my DNA in any way. And the civil rights movement, and I'm sorry that I'm getting fired up on this, it's just like the civil rights movement was a battle for truth. And people always try to invoke the civil rights movement to their movement to give it credence. And it's like the argument from authority type thing of trying to go like, well, all these people who suffered for their rights would agree with us. And I'm like, I don't think we should speak for them like that.
Mm-hmm.
So don't automatically, that's like me going and saying like, oh, well, Moses would agree with my opinion on if God of War is better than Last of Us. Like, what?
You don't know.
And that's a really far-fetched thing, I know. But like, well, I'm just trying to point out that we need to argue about things upon their merit, not from like someone in the past would agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry. I know that's kind of off subject, but that's my answer to you, Jamal. I think that it deserves talking about and they deserve respect, and we need to work together to come up with solutions and not just call each other bigots or freaks. Like we need to like work together with love in our hearts and support each other. Some of the nicest people I've met were trans people. And like they're not trying to hurt people. I mean, I guess some are trying to hurt people just as much as like a non-trans person is trying to hurt people, but we don't judge ourselves off the worst. We judge ourselves off of our best.
Mm-hmm.
And
We should.
they need to be loved. They need to be cared for, and they do need help. And I don't mean help as in like, forcing them to be something. I just mean they need love and they need acceptance, and we can come up with a solution together. And we just can't compare the two. It's like apples to oranges, in my opinion.
Okay. Cool.
I agree.
That was my rant.
You picked a perfect day for it.
Oh, did I? Why? Oh, this is my daughter's birth month. That is the only month it is to me.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
It's also like Men's Mental Health Awareness Month or something like
It
that.
is.
They don't care about
Hey,
that.
man.
They don't care.
Men's-
Of course we would have to share it, guys. Like, utterly,
You
like...
know what really annoys me? Let me just put this on the soapbox real quick. This stupid trans flag. And they just added like brown colors to it, like the black people are with us. You're going to put black people on the same thing?
Is that what it is?
That's what that was told.
Oh, I've never seen that.
The
What are you
brown
doing?
the brown stripe is for people
Yeah.
of color.
What?
And they've added the feathers to the middle for people who are of two-spirit.
Doesn't make any sense.
And Canada has increased their acronym to include missing and murdered indigenous and women.
It doesn't even make. It's not even a
What
sexuality.
about
It's just,
what about the missing and murdered
you're black.
indigenous men?
Yeah,
No,
they don't care.
I don't
It's
care
just
about
the
those guys.
missing
Damn,
I
and
told
murdered
you a second ago.
indigenous
Man.
women.
They need to pay attention to Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, because I think indigenous men are going to start to feel a little bit like, I guess I can go missing and be murdered, and no one's going to be...
What do you think, Jamal?
Do you think they've summoned ghosts
They
to
just
help them?
I can't
people
speak
to the
too much
flag.
on it because I don't know about it.
What do you mean?
Like I don't I've never even seen the flag before, so I can't even say anything about it.
This
All I know
truly
is
is the
they have-
forbidden episode. Me and Dom, or Dom and I are going to get us canceled
I'm
between
not
the
getting
two of
anybody
us.
canceled. You think I'm gonna lump people based on skin tone
Oh,
or
I mean,
sexuality?
we are going to get canceled, the two of us.
Next, they're gonna add people who like Legos. Next, they're gonna add people who only drink coffee, not tea. Like, how
I
many
can
groups are they
finally
adding
be
to?
one. Yes,
Yeah,
I do all those things.
The people who like Adidas over Nikes, they're on this side.
segregation. Well, before you go back,
For
before you
everything.
go to your second topic, I do want to bring out.
I
the
sent you a
fact that-
picture of one of the more
I
recent ones.
I see the.
That one
flag.
doesn't include the feather, though.
I see where the feather could go.
It-
think.
Yeah.
Dang, where was I going with that?
Yeah, you saw that flag. You're like,
Yeah,
wait.
I lost track of my thought.
We were. It's a busy design to be to
You
be
guys
the
can put
most
whatever you want
charitable.
else on the flag.
I want Megatron.
It'll come back to me. What was your second thought?
So my other thought for to ask if we've become too complacent was situational numbness. So
Situational numbness.
yes, have we
Mm.
become just numb as a society to the things that are happening? So the first thought that I had about that comes with the rise of influencer culture that we have today.
Mhm.
So if you and how that's seen and how that's dealt with, because it's with, say what you will about social media, right? There are some bits of it that are good. There are some bits of it that are bad.
All bad.
But if you take a look at when social media really started, like the trends that were happening, the two that come to mind are planking and for me the Harlem Shake videos.
Okay.
Like those are two that stand out for me as like early social media.
I forgot about the Harlem Shake.
I know it like I remembered it, or I thought about it again in December, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that was weird. But they were mostly innocent, right?
Mhm.
Harlem Shake videos did cause a little bit of property damage because people were throwing stuff around and they got crazy, but they were for the most part innocent, right? If you look at what's happening today with social media trends, is that they're having to become more and more elaborate, extravagant, like in order to trend. And it's one of those things where they're becoming more dangerous.
The Scientology speed run.
This Scientology, that's just funny. But the Scientology speedrun being one of those where people are trying to run into Scientology buildings and see how far they can get. They can get seriously hurt from that. And it's one of those things where have we, because we're seeing these trends become bigger, become like more dangerous to get clicks, are we becoming more numb to that when we actually see it happen? And are we encouraging this to happen by not trying to control this and telling people like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that?
When has that ever worked on kids, though?
That is
The moment
true.
you tell kids and teenagers to not do something, the first thing they do when they're out of your sight is do the thing anyway.
That is true.
So I guess my question is, the only way to stop it would be to get the kids who are influencing the kids who are influencing the kids. It's like an Ouroboros of influencing, reinforcing, and
But we also see like, do we see a trend of, oh well, this is just for social media, like they don't really, like they don't mean any harm by it, and let that escalate to places where it does mean harm, where it does hurt people.
Well, it's kind of coming from the fact that, and I love video games as much as the next person, so this is not an anti-video game sentiment, but we're kind of, millennials onward are the generations that have been able to, in interactive things, go into a city, shoot up a strip club, and then drive a car into a bunch of nuns. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and this isn't just attacking Grand Theft Auto. It's a very fun game. But what I mean is that, like, that has to have had some type of, I'm not saying it's creating mass murderers, but it has to have affected a lot of people because, you know, I think most of us were decently guarded when we were young from games that we weren't ready for. I definitely tricked my grandmother into buying me some games. I won't lie. Sorry, Mom. But as a whole, I think most of us here were guarded from such things. But, I mean, think about I have talked with kids who their favorite game is Call of Duty. And if you really think about a 5 to 6 year old playing Call of Duty, that should bother you. Not that Call of Duty is some horrendous, like, terrible game, but it is a semi-realistic shooter where, like, you are seeing blood, you are seeing people die, and that could almost and I'd have to look at the studies before I said anything like, you know, like this is what's happening, but I would think that it has hurt a lot of younger people's ability to kind of click with consequences in reality, because if they die in a video game, there's no consequences really, and if you hurt someone in a video game, there's no consequences. Where a lot of our experience, we were playing outside and we hit someone with a stick and there was a consequence. We learned, oh, my actions hurt someone, I don't like this. And look, I'm not saying these kids are bad. The younger generations have been saddled with something that we never could have imagined. We would fall for it too. There's this idea that we need to be like, how dare they? They're irresponsible, blah, blah, blah. Like, look at those iPad kids. No. If iPads had been in our childhood and our parents let us get our grubby hands on them, we would be just as bad. We are not special. We just grew up at a different time. And I think that it is important to realize that these kids have grown up with this world that feels like a playground. They watch their favorite streamers do these silly things. They play these games where these silly things happen. And parents are both having to work jobs, so they're doing their damnedest to try to raise kids and be there. Let's be honest, these parents are trying to be neglectful. They're trying to survive in a system that's not working anymore. And you have these kids who are growing up in this world where it feels like there's zero limitations, and the people they look up to most are these younger people who are incredibly rich and pull pranks on people and do funny things, and there never seems to be an actual consequence, and if it is, it's funny.
I think you're right.
And then they try it.
You hit the nail right on the head. Unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, because it's a great thing that technology and the internet is here, but it is here, which means there's access to so much information and so many more things, right? As a kid, I know Dominic has told his story. I've told the story. We all told the story. I didn't have Grand Theft Auto until I was probably like middle school. And it was like I had to go with my mom to purchase it. And now kids, Roblox. I don't know. There are so many kids in my work that play Roblox, and there's so many different games in Roblox in itself. Like, there's so much stuff, and it's not even just Roblox. Like, there are clients that have seen things from their older, like, what are they called? Like brother. Yeah, what is it called?
Siblings.
Yeah.
Dang, oh my God. No, you see things from your older siblings. You see things from your parents. You watch things all the time, right? And granted, as kids, we were kind of numb to it. And not numb to it as in we were oblivious to what we were seeing. Like, I always say that I had this, like, curtain in front of my eyes. And especially in my neighborhood, like I didn't grow up in a great neighborhood, but I couldn't tell you nothing was wrong. I could tell you nothing was wrong. I
Well,
was
your
like, I
mom did
lived
an
in a
amazing
perfect
job.
place,
Like,
right? Looking
she's
back
doing
at it
what a mom
now,
should do.
I was like, whoa, I lived here. You know what I mean? But, and I'm sure these kids now are probably the same way. They have this veil over them that's like, oh, everything's fine and dandy until they become an older adult. But they have access to it earlier. And I think that could be the problem. Even like streamers, right? Streamers go out, like you said, do pranks and all these things. And then it reverts back to the kid. And I think that's something that they're trying to fix with streamer world. Like they're trying to realize it, but it's like, if I do it, people watch, I get paid. And this is the day and age where money, I mean, it's always been money over everything, but it's more now because you can get more from all the access that you're getting, right?
I'm going to say
Like-
what I've said multiple times. Capitalism only works if you have Christian values underlying it. That's not saying that we should be like Christian nationalists or something. What I mean is that, like, if there's not the idea that you are providing a service and getting paid instead of how can I make the high score on my video game get higher and just get more and more money for no reason? Yeah, I mean, capitalism is just as bad as the other things if it doesn't have a moral base. And our founding fathers knew this. Like, just, and most of the Western world knew this. So, yeah, you're
I just feel like-
exactly right.
It can help or it can hinder us, right? Like we
Yeah.
can become aware to a lot of things and we can become diluted to a lot. Like, for instance, music, right? Back in the day, somebody could release a song and it could blow up, right? But now you have access to so much music that it kind of dilutes like
Yeah.
the good stuff because there's so much bad in it that you're like, dang, this gem is so great. But there's so much music in the world that it's like, do I even want to listen to?
See, that's why I only listen to country music.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
the best is-
Abby heard the one episode where Dom was like, I don't really care much about country music. And she has been like wanting to get on and like just full on go like, we need a country music episode. And I'm like, look, Abby, look, I did my best saying that it has its merits. And she's like, no, we need to get back to country music. And I'm like, we're not having that debate. We're not having that debate. Look, guys, all forms of music are valid. I have found that there is a lot more country songs I vibe with now, just with my part and time in life, and probably being married to a Texan helps. But you know, I still really like my other music too. I don't like slow country music as a whole. I like the dance
You'll get
country
there.
music.
You don't
We'll
get
see.
there.
But anywho, no, I think that you're right, Jamal, that everything is buried in like a slop of like stuff that's supposed to be loved by everyone. And it's so repetitive and stupid that it gets stuck with you, and then like it buries all the true art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not dissing the people that worked on those things, but it feels like it was made by committee instead of by an artist.
Well, it is. So one of the things that's facing the music industry right now is that you have a lot of artists who, you know, they have to release a clip it or like a sound bite that is going to be catchy, that is like easily used on social media. And if that specific sound blows up for the artist, then they're not going to be able to do anything else. Like, they're going to have to like completely fall off in popularity for them to switch sounds. It's something that we oh gosh, what's his name? The we just saw all of his ads on Amazon with the headphones. Benson Boone. Benson,
How would I have known that? Who the hell is Benson Boone?
the guy who does the that you keep humming, because like what they do is they
I've been humming?
You've been humming, yes. What they have had to do is they've had to manufacture a sound, something that is going to be earwormy, something that is going to be catchy, something that's going to get people excited, so that when the song comes out, it already has that popularity as a soundbite that people are going to listen. And he's one of those people who have been caught into the like his first album or his first few songs like got really big, so his second one had to have the exact same sound. And he was one of those who was rushed into that second album, that where it you aren't really able to see who he is as an artist, at least in my opinion, because it's been so crafted by the label company. And it's one of those things where I've seen like people talking about this, how like they get really excited for a song because like this one part is really catchy, but then they'll listen to the rest of the song and they're like, there's nothing else to it. It's just this catchy part.
Yes, that happens a lot, especially with like social media nowadays. Definitely.
And because that's what they want. That's what brings in money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could label this episode "Old Man Yells at Clouds."
Oh, yeah, that's a cloud. I had a thought.
Hit me.
We talked about how the world is becoming complacent, right?
Yeah.
And how that we're numb to things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, this is a kind of a two-part question. The first part is, do you think that we'll ever be to a spot in society where we can agree on one thing, right? That one thing is the norm. And if not, will there ever be a time in our lives, not our lives, but in this the earth life, where it reverts back to not necessarily like segregation, but back to the past, where it's like we start over and we go back to not necessarily, and I'm saying these words, but it could be a different shape and form in the future, but like go back to a slavery type or a segregation type or just some kind of separation that comes back to a huge turmoil of things.
Maybe see it in part.
I
now.
agree. I think we do see it in part, and it depends on which part you're looking at. Dom, did you want to comment first since you spoke first?
I mean, it reminds me of the saying that, like, how far can you progress before you start to regress and believe it's progress? Mm-hmm. Like, I would see when we were at Texas Tech, they had these areas that they would say are like, it's more than Texas Tech, like the cultural centers and like, and you used to see people like kick others out because they weren't this thing or this thing. Like, no, you're disrespecting me because you're not this and you're not this and you're not part of this group. Mm-hmm. Like, this is exactly the reason why, like, we beat this like 40 years ago. Why are we going in this direction? But in your own mind, it's progress. You see it with, I mean, there's a lot of gatekeeping as well. You mentioned segregation or slavery. I don't think we'll ever get back to like true slavery in the United States.
I mean, there's still slavery happening. So
yeah, in the world.
We haven't even moved past it
stuff
yet.
Like that. Asia, stuff like that. But you see this idea that, especially with people's need to be right and vilifying others who they believe are not, or just simply disagree with them. Mm-hmm. This need to separate yourselves from them. They are not like us, if you will.
Yeah.
And I mentioned like the cultural centers, but it's still, you see people gatekeep music. Oh, you're not part of this culture. I'm sure there's plenty of people like that could comment on this video like, yeah, Dominic, but how much country have you really grown up with? No wonder you don't like it. You're not part of the country crowd. We don't need you anyway. Or that's something like that. You see it in rap all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't grow up with this and this and this and this, so you can't properly appreciate.
There's always
this.
a
This
group
music
of
isn't for
people
you.
in something that try
It
to
can be
like
music. It can be any form
Warhammer
of
40K.
It could be in that. It could be, I don't know. If we wanted to become evil today, it was like, what have you ever had to go through? You don't belong on the Soul Oasis.
Yeah.
All right, you didn't go through what we did.
You're right.
So there's always going to be some people trying
We should
to
kick Abby out if that's what we're saying.
separate others for their own gain, for their own supposed moral superiority, or for their own financial gain, whatever the case may be. I think we made great strides to hinder the people who want to do that, because back in the day, if you didn't like somebody, you could just straight up kill some people back in the day. Or you could run them their business into the ground with no consequences. Now there are guardrails in place where even if you work your hardest to keep people out of something, there's usually still a spot for them, whether you want them there or not.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
What are you going to say, Abigail?
It's we see it in so many different levels. So I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with Tom. It can be like as innocent as like you did not grow up in this region, and you did not grow up listening to country music, so you have no right to say that country music is bad. Say like which can like is seen is seen as an innocent like thing, but it creates the what's the word? It creates the common acceptance that something like that is okay.
Yeah.
So we're not on the track for something as big as like segregation 2.0 right now. But one of the things that we are seeing that is becoming harmful, I would say, to us as a society is how the separation between the political aisle is getting. Because we do have people who are targeted for which side they stand on.
Yeah.
You have people who will. I mean, I have this experience because the industry that I work in is typically. I mean, it depends on where you are, but I've found myself surrounded by people who do not share the same political beliefs that I do. And it's one of those things where as soon as a couple of people have found out where I stand on that, I have been like ostracized. Like they will specifically like not be nice to me because of who I voted for or what I believe or like what my stances on certain things are. Or like they've specifically like tried to target questions of being like, oh, well, like this thing that's happening is perfectly fine with you, right? Even though this and this and this and this. I'm just like, you're not even letting me talk.
You don't even know me.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things where we are seeing a divide and we're seeing people praise that divide on both sides. I will say both sides
absolutely.
are guilty of this, but I don't think a political viewpoint is something that should break up families, should make people feel unsafe at work because they think that because someone has a different point of view from them that they're not safe.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that goes for the person, but we've cast so much of a wide umbrella for that I think it's hurting our society more than it's helping.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna answer the question, and then I'm actually gonna bring up a thing
What
that I really
the
want to
heck
touch
happened?
on. What do you mean? It's getting dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a candle for light, if that helps.
Oh.
Now it's making me nervous.
I'm gonna put it down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think if segregation ever happens again, it will be everyone choosing to get away from each other.
That's essentially what it is now.
And I think it's sad because I think that there's this idea that everybody has to conform to one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I don't think that necessarily is true. Now, I'm not saying that it is difficult, and I'm not saying that it is an easy solution, but I really do hold to the idea that they're like, I think culture should be judged off of what morality they stand on.
Mm-hmm.
And morality is morality across the board. Like, I'm sorry, you cannot tell me the Aztecs were moral. Please stop trying. Doesn't mean they deserved what they got, but if you're kicking people's heads around as soccer balls, basically, and sacrificing kids, You are not a good society. We've talked about this. This is one of the first things when I came on that we talked about. So I think if we have the bedrock of like property rights, human dignity, equal rights for all, protection of women, like things like that, as long as your society incorporates those, your culture incorporates those, then I think we can all kind of coexist and like not be like, oh, I'm going to use this example as a Catholic, okay? So there are some Catholics, especially Western Catholics, that are more like, oh, the Latin Rite is the way to go, blah, blah, blah. It's the true way to do the Mass. And it is a beautiful Mass. But then you have like some Catholics in India or Korea who may not agree with that. That doesn't mean they're wrong, but like Catholicism has become part of their culture as well. And they celebrate it in their form of culture. We see this with Hispanic cultures celebrate Catholicism different than someone from France. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that they're at odds with each other. It just means that they embrace this truth with a different lens. And I wish we could adapt that. And I'm, again, not Christian nationalism. That's bad. That's bad. Christianity should not be in the state. It protects Christianity, honestly, not the state. I wish we could learn from that and be like, hey, you have your culture, I have my culture. Like me and Jamal are not the same. Like when we talk about things, half the time we have to stop halfway through and be like, okay, what are you talking about? But there's beautiful things in all of it. And it's very much like going like, hey, me and Dom, we've had more similar growing up, but like me, Dom, and Jamal, we all believe in like human dignity and property rights and respecting everyone, special protections for women. Like we have all these things. I see you laughing and smiling, Dom. But like we want these things. So who cares if we do things culturally different?
And I think the problem comes from, we kind of talked about it a little bit in the last podcast, but like a leadership type thing where everyone wants to be correct. Everyone wants to be right. Everyone wants to be in power. Everyone wants to be the best at something. And I think that is where it becomes like supremacy. And I'm not going to, like, it becomes right. Who is the best? And I know for me, that's hard, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it comes to a point where I think I'm the best at everything, right? I can definitely take a step back and say, if that's what you need to be, if you need to feel like you're like the best, go for it. But deep down, I know I am. But there are some people that are like, I'm the best, and I'm gonna show you and tell you I'm the best, which then goes into downgrading other people, mm-hmm. and you have to pick and choose what to downgrade from other people, mm-hmm. which then means other people feel betrayed, and now they want to uprise. Kind of like how you mentioned, like I support. My problem with like Black Lives Matter thing was that we didn't want to bring other people with us, right? And I get it, like Black people were brought down for a long, long time, and it was like, this is our journey, and we're going to do whatever it takes so that we get recognition. But on that journey there, we tore down and didn't want to work with anybody else for the majority. I'm not going to say everybody, but the majority. And it was like, if you're not Black, you can't speak on this. If you're not this, that. And I think that caused turmoil and other people on the views of that, which is why I didn't like it.
Well, it's given horrible people ammo, unfortunately. Yes, regardless of what you want to say. Yeah, no, unfortunately, it's like hardened people and push some people, and they're responsible for their own actions. You know what I mean? Like, if you choose to engage in hate, that is your choice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But what you see does affect that. I just want to do like one little switch before we come to a close here. Yeah. Something that's really close to me and Abby, Abby and I, and we have noticed that there is such a disdain for young families and children. We've even felt it firsthand, kind of going off of the society thing of a childless society. Like, I can't tell you how many times when me or Abby would say that we were expecting, the people would be like, "Oh, really?" or "Why?" or something like that, and it's heartbreaking. Something that used to be something to be celebrated, and people going like, "Well, have you figured everything out?" And I'm like, "Bitch, if we wait for everything to be figured out, we'll be 90 years old. We'll be dead."
Yeah.
And like, there used to be this understanding that
Put your
like
affairs in order.
when you have a kid, you're never going to be ready, and it's always going to be a disaster, and you're going to figure it out as you go. I'm not saying be irresponsible, but there is such a stigma against having kids.
Well, and one of the things that was brought up was well, this was an accident, right? Because y'all are still too young, and the fact that like
32 is too young, apparently.
the fact that it's that the people can be like, you know what, I know this is going to be hard, but like this is something that I want to do, and that I know will enrich our lives. That the whole thought that people who are in our situation, our circumstances, like our places and our jobs, like this could only happen if it was an accident.
Yeah, it's all treated as like that was one reason I got so mad at my work. I perceived, I don't want to like accuse people straight out because I don't think that's fair to them. They're doing good work. I disagree with some of their approaches,
Yeah.
but I felt like there was like no understanding and no um compassion for what. And again, I'm not asking for mercy or for like pity. I'm very happy about what's happening, but like this idea of like of treating our daughter like a mistake, or that like why would you ever want that? And it offends me. I'm going to be honest. Like it's something that like really, and we kind of see it in our neighborhood too. Like you see like some of because since the part we live on, because our parents are very nice. um
It's more of an older community, and
Yeah.
now that school is out, the weather's nice. We've seen a lot more kids who are riding their bikes, and we've seen a lot more of the older residents complaining
or
because kids
looking
are
askance at them and stuff like that, and also just kind of like I know people have given Abby some looks when she's walked out, like, "Oh, great."
Another one.
And like,
yes. Well, and one of the girls who I worked with, she since left the company. She spent my first trimester praising herself on her abortion when she found out she was pregnant. And when I came back from our first ultrasound and I had pictures, all she could talk about was how happy she was when she took that pill.
That's not very
And
sensitive of her.
no.
but like that's our society now. It's hilarious that like it's like a warped version of British high society. Like if you've been watching um
Downton.
Downton, like it's like this thing of like we're so proper, but we're only proper in the sense that we appear proper on the outside, but on the inside there's like this self-hatred and like disgust. And since children are who they are, they go against that mold, and like a kid will tell you exactly how they're feeling and do things and ask questions that we don't want them to ask and stuff like that. And I've just noticed this almost vitriolic, and you see it in schools too, which is even more disgusting, that like people are like, "Ugh, I hate these kids, I never want one." Like, and I'm like, why are you here? And look, I'm not saying kids aren't frustrating. I've come home and been like, "Did you leave your head at home, child?" But it's just I want everyone. Not everyone is called to having kids. I'm not saying that like everyone must have children. Open the breeding camps. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm and like again, I'm not saying like go be teenagers and have kids. Like no. Be open to a family. Be open to children. Let them teach you. We're not having an overpopulation problem. We're actually having the opposite problem. But don't do it for that. Do it because the lessons you'll teach them and the lessons they'll teach you will change your lives more than you could ever know. Lizzie is already teaching us lessons that we didn't know we needed to learn. And 10 out of 10, it's barely started, and I can't suggest it enough. It's scary, and you feel like an idiot 90% of the time, especially if you're the guy, and you feel utterly lost, but nothing makes you more of a man than being a dad. That's my 2 cents on it.
That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. Yeah. I do have one more thing before we close. We talked about social media and how the world becomes complacent. I think that the world is becoming so fast that it can seem like it a little bit, right? That we're stuck, but sometimes we're not, right? Maybe we're fast and we're just growing at a speed that we want things, like you said, in necessity. And it could seem like we're getting stuck, but I think the social media aspect of it is that we see so many people that are in their 20s and 30s being uber rich and everything, that once that time that either we want it when we're still in high school or whatever it is, the case may be, that once we're past like 25, some people think that it's the end of the world. Like, have you ever seen it where it's like, oh, you're 20, you're 28, 29, 27, or you might as well be like in the grave, right? And
I
that's
live it
so
every day.
crazy.
The quarter life crisis.
Yeah, that is so crazy to
Like,
me.
what
because
have you done
so
to have a
much.
crisis about?
Exactly. You just graduated high school. Like, some of y'all probably just got into college or graduated college. Like, for you to think just because of what you see on social media that you're supposed to be a multimillionaire by the time you're 23, and if that doesn't happen, then that's where I feel like a lot of people become stuck because they think they've already failed.
Yeah.
And I think that once they hit that social media threshold of, dang, I see this person who's 24 has 17 cars, a mansion, and that's where I should be, they become kind of not really depressed, but in a sense of like, dang, I failed, so I don't have
They get stuck.
much to grow on. Right.
They don't know what the next step is because it was supposed to be college, mansion.
Right.
Where
in
like
their minds.
you got to do the tiny steps to get to those places. You can't just be like, and boom.
One of the things that this is going to be a hot take, but I'm not
There's been none of those on here.
I'm not a big fan of the show Friends.
That's the hottest take that we've had thus far.
I'm a Seinfeld girly.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
But that's how I was raised.
I'm so sorry. We can end the podcast now.
But one of the things that like has kind of helped, and it depends on like which show you watched growing up or you binged in college and high school, whatever. But right now, where the four of us are at right now, we're about like season 3, season 4 of Friends. Like age wise.
We are. Is so bad.
Who am I?
I love you, my husband. And so
which one's Chandler?
Chandler is the...
Is Rachel the hot one?
Rachel is Jennifer Aniston.
Which one does which guy ends up with Jennifer Aniston?
Ross.
I'm Ross.
No, you're not.
I ended up with the cute one.
They're all cute.
Anyway, it's one of those things where
that's fair.
We can look at those sitcoms and be like, hey, like they were celebrating turning 27, turning 30, turning all of that, and we're like, while Friends was very unrealistic when it comes to the lifestyle that they had living in New York City
that you know of.
That is true. It's one of those things where one thing I'll give Friends is that they were very honest that there were struggles. There were struggles with jobs. There were struggles with relationships. There were struggles with money. And that those struggles are common and they're normal. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I think, like, if we take a step back and like watch and remember of like, you know, if we were in Friends right now, we're in season 3. They had what, 10 seasons
Yeah,
to
great.
grow and to change and to mature, and that's something that you can look forward to.
I love that you thought about that because they did start off rough. And, and it's in a lot of shows. Like if you've ever watched New Girl, they started off rough. And it wasn't until like they had no job, got a job, grew, failed, all that stuff. And they're in their like high 20s, 30s. And you don't see that in social media and things like that because we escape it, right?
Yep.
We want something quick and fast. And I never even thought about how old those people were in those shows and what they went through and the struggles they went through. But yeah, that is so
Game of
beautiful.
Thrones started off pretty tough too. A rough time.
Yeah.
So
Do you
did
have anything
Frasier.
else?
I prefer Frasier.
You would.
I can't watch
Disgusting.
Frasier anymore.
I'm all for Psych, baby.
Let's go. Woo, woo.
Or like
Cheers is
another
pretty
thing,
okay, too,
Community.
Community's pretty
Nah,
bad.
at-
forget it. I'll take X-Files.
All right. Anyway,
Somebody
it's time for us to check out. This is getting out of hand.
Let's
I'm
do it.
putting
It was
the
beautiful. Let's
Comment
check it
your favorite TV show below that you like to
Live action
binge.
TV show.
out.
ladies
In
first.
between the lines.
It's a
can't do
Lot
that.
of obscurity. I'm not inclined to resist. I'm gonna.
Where
start
are you?
Psych.
Psych.
I feel like you would love Psych.
You,
Dude.
Dom. I am
know what?
telling you.
Let us know in the comments down below if you've seen Ghost Whisperer.
I love Ghost Whisperer.
All right, I've
Dom,
watched
you do
it.
need to watch Psych, though.
You do
Week
need
with
to
my
watch-
mom.
My
Check out you, ladies first.
my
Sex and the
checkout
City.
is.
Golden Girls.
We're the Golden
Hey,
Girls.
they were 55.
Yeah.
Brady
Those characters were 55 in Golden
Oh
Girls.
my gosh. they didn't
I'm
know
more of
that.
a fan of City and the Sex, but that's just me.
City and the Sex.
Well, we love. Never mind. All right, Abigail, you said you wanted to start off?
Please.
Yeah, dude, Psych. You need to watch Psych. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's your checkout.
Dom,
Okay.
everyone needs to watch Psych. It
Is
is
it-
the best.
Psych Ward?
No, it's just Psych.
He deserves to be in one.
No, I mean like, is it based in like some sort of
No.
medical field for
He's a
psychology?
psychic
No.
detective.
It's a
Oh, he's
detective
a
thing.
psychic detective. Oh.
All right, Dominic, your
Okay.
checkout, please, good
Oh,
sir.
he never calls me that.
That's how you know it's
I gotta
serious.
go last because I say bye.
Oh, you're right. Jamal,
It really
your
doesn't
checkout,
matter.
good sir.
No, Dominic, go.
Okay, I'll just say goodbye at the end. Then.
Civil War.
Let us know what you've been up to. Let us know what you want us to speak about. I haven't seen a lot of comments saying, "Please speak about this. It's pressing on my mind." Please let us know, even if it's silly, even if it's something that'll get us canceled.
We're very serious.
Especially
here.
then, let us tackle that challenge together.
I'm running out of ideas.
Okay, that's
Already?
second episode.
Concerning, yeah.
Anyway,
We
yeah,
gotta get
thank you
help
very
for that.
much. Drink your tea.
Yeah.
I'll say it again at the end, but I just want to let you know now. Don't have to drink your apple juice. He hasn't. And let us know what your favorite live action TV show is. Let us know if you think the world has become complacent, or is it only our perspective now that we're in the moment? Let us know. Jamal?
I would like to say that you are all beautiful people, and I really love this conversation. I love the dynamic that we all had. It's a great job, everybody. Go out there and make a change in your life.
Okay.
Please. I want you to go out there and go say hello to your next door neighbor. Just go make a friend. Go take a walk. Go do what Joshua said and go pick up a water bottle that can lead to something else. It's a domino effect, people. We want to be better in our lives. I know I do. I hope that you do. So please go out there and make a little change. You want to make that change, right? Drink your apple juice. Go be productive because you are amazing. I tell my clients this all the time. Self-affirmations are great. Not for me, but for you all, they're great. So you are amazing, okay? And remember that, please. But yes, I do think that the world is becoming a little bit complacent. So maybe we need to change a little bit. Maybe we're getting stuck. Or maybe it's an ideal or vision that only I see, right? Because I'm just self-absorbed. So please go out there and try to be different, right? See what your neighbors are doing and see if they're stuck. And maybe they aren't. I think that's what it is. We don't acknowledge other people and we only see this veil. And we see that the world is getting slower in our eyes because we're so fast. I think that's what it is, right? Have you ever seen like the speed? And he's like, bro,
Next thing, next thing, next thing,
everything's
next
so slow, but it's because we're going so fast. So maybe we need to just take a moment and enjoy what we have. That's what I would say, right? So you go out there and enjoy your moments. That's all I got for you.
Well said.
My friends, my fellow travelers, hear me now. The world is complacent, but that doesn't mean that you have to be. Quoting a great philosopher I like to follow called Shoe on Head. You should follow her channel; it's really good. She talks about like don't black pill, don't give up. Just because the world seems bad, follow your life. Go forward. Get that job, find that girl, get married, have kids, live your life. Because that's the only thing you really have a little bit of control over.
Yeah.
So don't sit there. Look, this is going to sound really conspiratorial, but I don't mean it that way. There are powers that want you to give up. They want you to freeze. They want you to stop. It's probably my cat. We haven't been able to prove it yet.
Oh,
But
there he is.
see him watching me.
It's the
The cats are doing it all. Don't give up. Keep trying. You can fall down, but just make sure you get up. Also, I want to offer a special episode, if people want, the first debate between yours truly and Jamal Hutcherson. What was more influential in our culture, Star Wars or Friends? Next time
Thank
on Death
you.
Battle.
Oh my God.
We'll
There's
see
no
what
way
happens.
he still thinks he's friends.
All right, that's it for me. That's my checkout.
At this point,
What? Yes. What?
Guys, save it for the
That's
episode.
hilarious.
Save it for the episode.
that's hilariously stupid. Anyway, this is our last episode of Soul Life. No, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. I hope you have had a wonderful week and have a wonderful week this week. We will be back again, hopefully on time, on Saturday. Feel free to share this video, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Send it to people you think won't like it. Change their mind. Have people who do like it send it to everybody they know. All right? Go out of your way to be a near nuisance when it comes to spreading the word.
So be just like me and Dom.
And the
Yeah.
word is, we'll see you next time on Soul Oasis. Take care.
Pew, pew, pew.
I always miss the button.
You're just committing.